Hey everybody, this is Mike again. Just want to give you an update on Submarge, which is what I've named this rig. Kind of following the Submerge type of name. It's kind of fun. But anyway, this is where we're at with the truck. The interior is pretty much completely stripped out. I probably have maybe 6 or 7 bolts left. And we're done for the interior. Before I got too far in the cleaning process, I just wanted to show you how muddy this thing was. I've already started to clean over here, but let me just rub this a little here. You can't even rub through the dirt. It's so caked on from sitting in the mud. Or from getting going through the flood anyway. And you can see here when I took off the tranny cover, wow, you see all the dirt and debris that kind of came up and over the rig. So evidence that it was definitely submerged and was underwater for a period of time. Now I just want to come back to, I thought that it didn't go over the door handles on the last video, and I'm pretty sure it came up a little bit over the door handles, but not over the windows at this point. You can see where there's a little bit of dirt pretty far up, but you can also see the cloth on the ceiling. It's really untouched, so that's the good news. The bad news is that the rust has started to set in the rear here. One of the worst spots is right here where the gas tank cover is. Just really gnarly. I really doubt that I'll be able to get that cover off with a screwdriver. But otherwise, it's really not too bad. A lot of this is just surface. It's not it hasn't penetrated too far into the metal. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, it's in really, really, really good shape, and that's because the carpet wasn't pulled. And really, if you ever get a car, you're wheeling, and you hydro lock it, stop the engine, tow it out, or have a buddy tow it out, and then pull the plugs. After you pull the plugs, crank the engine over. Crank, 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 crank. And get all that water out of there. Once you get all the water out of there, put the plugs back in and crank a little while, and your car will likely start up. Drive it to the trailhead, tow it home, drop the oil out of it, and put new oil in, and you'll have a decent car. Granted, you might have some interior things that you need to clean up, but it won't ruin the engine like it did on Submarge. Whenever Submarge flooded, you can see nobody did that. And you can see on the valve train here, there's quite a bit of rust. Now, this engine isn't toast unless it's cracked. So really, you could take this engine apart. You could clean up all the components, maybe put new pistons, rings. You probably want to put new bearings and stuff like that in there, and clean it up while you have it out. But really, for me, I got another one of these in the back, and I'm not even going to use that. I'm going to put a 3B in this. So you can see here, I also pulled this just because I want to get all this clean. There's years and years of debris in there, and after a while, it can start to rust. You can see here on the sill, that's from 4 years ago. So, and what was weird is whenever I pulled off the transfer case boot, there was still water in there. And now this car doesn't leak, so I don't know if it's original water. I highly doubt it, but I have no idea how that water could have got underneath the boot into that. So, definitely a curious thing. But anyway, I've upgraded the rig and pulled it up to the front yard. I'm going to finish vacuuming it out, take off the rear hatch, and hopefully pull the body tonight. So I'll give you an update when that happens. Keep on cruising.